Alright y'all, I just wanted to go over a few differences between the Gen 4 and the Gen 5 Glocks. We can start with the outside, which you can see by just looking at the gun, and then I'll work my way into the internals on each separate generation of Glock. So, starting with the Gen 5, this is a Gen 5 Glock 17 9mm. This is a Gen 4 Glock 22 40 cal. On the Gen 5, I have the front slide serrations on this slide as opposed to the Gen 4. Now these are not particular to the Gen 5. This is a an option you can get on your Glock, which is a MOS slide, modular optic system I believe it's called. For the slide comes pre-milled, so you can mount an optic on the slide without sending it to somebody to get it milled out so that you can mount an optic, and it also comes with the slide serrations, so that is not a difference between the generations of Glocks. That is just an option that I got on this gun. One thing on the Gen 5s that's not on the Gen 4s is the front of the slide is angled. The reason on that is so that you can get it in a holster easier, where the Gen 4 is just the classic Glock boxy look on the slide. Gen 5s have a flared magwell for easier reloads, where the Gen 4 is just a straight, flat, flush magwell. On the outside, I think that's all the differences you can see just by looking at the different pistols. So now I will take them apart and show you the differences on the slides, and then the differences on the internals of the frame. On the slides, these have different size recoil springs just because of the different calibers. This is a 40 cal, so it has a bigger recoil spring. Now, one difference is the safety plunger. On the Gen 4, it is a circle safety plunger. On the Gen 5, it is whatever shape that is, and I'm not sure the reason on that. I just know that those are different between them. On the Gen 5, they put a marksman barrel, where the Gen 4 has just a stock Glock barrel. That's one of those things where it's not going to hurt, but as much as it helping you, I'm not sure how much it's actually going to help, because if you're missing the target, it's not because your barrel is inaccurate, it's because you're flinching or have a bad grip or shooting too fast. It's one of those things. It's not going to be your barrel. So they do have a marksman barrel in the Gen 5. How much that helps, who's to say? Now, on the frame, the Gen 5s have a different trigger than the Gen 4s. It's supposedly this new, completely redone trigger. The only difference I can tell is the position of the spring. In the Gen 4 right here on your left, you can see the spring inside of this trigger mechanism where the striker interfaces this plate right here. On the Gen 5s, the spring is actually tucked underneath, further in, down inside the gun. On the Gen 5s, you have a ambidextrous slide release, where the Gen 4 just has it on the left hand side of the gun, which makes it operable for right hand shooters. The Gen 5 has a reversible mag release, where the Gen 4 just has it again on the left side of the gun for a right-handed shooter. Now on the Gen 4, you have three takedown pins. You have the locking block pin, your trigger pin on top of that, and then this rear takedown pin in the back. On the Gen 5, there's only two takedown pins. There's the rear takedown pin and this locking block pin in the front. The spring for the takedown lever is mounted in a different position on the Gen 5 compared to the Gen 4. That's just because of different differences in the frame. So that's all the differences between a Gen 5 Glock and a Gen 4 Glock. So thanks for watching.